Okay guys, I have an important concept for you as we're coming into this challenging market with interest rates. So I want you to think about something I call parity pricing. Imagine you're a buyer now. Let's paint a picture. You're a buyer, you have a $400,000 budget to buy a house and you found one. You got it in contract, right? And your budget also for your payment is $1,767 a month. That's for principal and interest. We won't worry about taxes and insurance for this kind of demonstration. So where we came to that number is if we were buying a home in April and we were lucky enough to get a 5.25% interest rate back then, that's what that payment would equal. But fast forward to today, we were shooting this around September, where interest rates have shot up to 7.25%. In order for that buyer who only has a budget of $1,767 a month, in order for that buyer to buy a house based on today's interest rate, how much would the seller have to come down to get to parity pricing just on the payment on this house? The number they would have to come down is $60,976 in order to get parity pricing. That's a big number, and most sellers aren't going to do that. So that's going to take that house from $400,000 down to $339,024. Most sellers aren't going to do that. But more and more sellers are going to get more and more motivated as their house lingers on the market. When we're out there shopping, we should be definitely targeting those homes over 30 days if we're looking for some maximum negotiation. Because if you've been on the market more than 30 days, you're more likely to say, maybe I should be more aggressive on my price. But here's what's probably more likely to happen. Maybe the buyer will have to adjust their budget up a little bit, and the seller is going to have to adjust their budget for selling a little bit down, and they meet somewhere in the middle. Maybe the buyer ends up paying $375,000, and the seller discounts $25,000, and the buyer also, flexes a little bit on their payment and agrees, hey, I'm going to have to eat the 7.25% payment for a little bit anyway until I can refinance maybe 2 or 3 years from now. That's where the market's headed. We've got to have conversations with buyers on one side and sellers on the other to bring them together. Now, what's the alternative for a buyer? A buyer might say, hey, I'm just going to wait it out. I'm not going to enter the market. Well, waiting is probably not a great decision today because interest rates are likely to rise. Prices are still not predicted to go negative even in next year. Economists believe that pricing overall will still rise, not at the same degree it was certainly for the last couple of years, but just simply because we have still super low supply, prices are still likely to rise. So waiting's not a good choice. And here's the number one reason waiting's not a good choice. Because if I'm not buying and I'm a renter, rental prices are skyrocketing still. Last year, rent prices went up about 14%. They've come down a little bit to about 12%. That's the annualized rate of increase. But it's likely they're going to increase by double digits again next year. So if you wait, you're going to be paying more and more and more in rent. Even if you're coming into this, what feels like a super high interest rate level, at least you're locking your payment. And here's what's beautiful. You're locking your payment, but unlike being a renter, you can refinance this property when interest rates come down, and you can actually have your quote unquote rate, which is your mortgage, actually come down in price over time. So there is some definite benefits to still entering the marketplace. That's the kind of things we got to be talking about in the marketplace. Guys, if you like this kind of content, you want to take it to the next level, join us over at eRealEstateCoach.com. We've got some incredible tools for you over there. We got a program called The Path, which is a 20-week coaching platform. Meet with you every single day for 20 weeks. Takes you through hundreds of lead generation platforms, and we give you hundreds of downloads and 3 live coaching sessions every single week as long as you stay in the program. It's incredible, and it's super affordable, and you get the first 2 weeks for free. So go over there and check it out, see if it's right for you. Hope to see you again very soon right back here at eRealEstateCoach.com.